Beloved, we have instances in Scripture. The prodigal son, when he says, I must arise and go to my father, following the statement, he came to himself. Peter in prison, when the angel frees him and he gets to the gate of the city and it opens automatically, he came to himself. Well, long before those statements were made, David, the sweet psalmist of Israel, in Psalm 25, opens up with, To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. That's an invitation to come to ourselves and to God as Father. It isn't merely poetic language. It deeply is personal. It's the prayer of the sweet psalmist of Israel and of us, because we know what it's like to be scattered inside. We know what it's like to wrestle with anxiety. We know what it's like to wrestle with loneliness. We know what it's like to wrestle with regret. And we know what it is to come to the moment where we can't carry it ourselves. And David decides, at a moment of intense spiritual warfare, to be brutally honest with God. Lifting our soul implies gathering up all those messy parts of us we're wrestling with, our anxieties, our fears, our worries, our sadness, our shame, and all the rest, and courageously offering them up to God, trusting enough to stop hiding, to stop pretending we're fine when we're not. When we lift our soul, we're allowing ourselves to be seen fully by God. Not that God doesn't see us, but we're becoming aware God sees all this, even in our vulnerability. And when we lift up our soul, we come face to face with our inner struggles. We encounter voices of shame telling us we're not good enough. We face fear and anxiety telling us we might get hurt, and what if this happens, and what if that happens. We also feel pride, insisting we don't need help. And then cynicism shows up and skepticism, tempting us to give up hope and to doubt anything's really going to change. These are all the inner enemies, and there's probably quite a few more if we wanted to list them, that quietly resist our surrender and keep us stuck. But David in Psalm 25 is reminding us very carefully that we don't overcome these things by fighting alone or by hiding them away. Rather, we lift up our soul and we bring them all out openly before God in His presence, in the light of His presence. And when we do, we find that God doesn't turn away from our struggle. He moves toward us with kindness, with loyal love, with understanding, with His healing presence. Lifting our soul is not an abstract practice. It's a real lived experience, something we feel deep within our hearts and even in our bodies. If you've ever been through a season of testing and your nerves have been shot, you know what it's like when your body begins to respond to the relieving, healing presence of Christ's peace. It does feel like relief. It feels like breathing deeply after holding our breath for too long. It feels like peace settling into places that once were restless. In lifting our soul, we come home to God, we come home to ourselves, and in that reality we find ourselves becoming whole, step by step, from the inside out.